Hello there, Sagittarius. Welcome to Dragon Tale Tarot. My name is Ariel, and this is your love and romance reading for Venus moving direct, June 25th, 2020. Thank you so much for joining me today. It is always wonderful to see you back at the channel. Thank you so much to my new and returning subscribers. I appreciate you all so very much out there. Hope you have been doing well and safe and taking good care of each other. If you have not yet done so and you're brand new to the channel, I do invite you to reach out there, hit that subscribe button and join the Dragon family. Also do give it that dragon claw up by clicking the like button and let me know you enjoyed this content. So Sagittarius, this is going to be all about Venus moving forward. It has been retrograde since May 13th in the sign of Gemini, and so now on June 25th at 2:48 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, it will be moving forward. So this is going to help start to get us out of some stagnation, get us out of some, challenges, some blockages that we've been experiencing now for this past 6 weeks, cycled there around, and hopefully get our love and relationship life moving back forward and progressing yet again. So this is what we're going to be looking at today. As always, I have a few quick notes that this is a general reading. It's not going to resonate with every single Sagittarius out there, so take what makes sense and kick the rest on out. Also, this will correspond mostly to Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, Venus, and rising signs, and all Sagittarius cross-watchers are welcome to join in with us as well. If you're interested in a personal reading, would like some information about the card decks that I use, or would like to make a donation to the channel, all of that info and links will be below in the description box. So let's go ahead and jump in here, Sagittarius. This has definitely been an intense particular cycle for you because Venus being in Gemini, that is the opposite of your sign, that's the polarity. So it has been moving in your universal relationship house. So Venus in the house of Venus and relationships and love. Oh my goodness, Sagittarius. This has been bringing up some stuff for you all. And do keep in mind, this is going to be a reading for all Sagittarians, whether you are single, coupled, trying to reconcile or in separation, not even speaking. Again, take this as it resonates to your personal situation. So we're going to start out with a key word that will be about where you've been at with this retrograde and where you're going. Dear angels, divine beings of light, guardians, ancestors, helpers, and healers, please be with the Sun, Moon, Venus, and rising sign of Sagittarius as we do their love and romance reading for Venus Direct 2020. Please protect their energy as well as mine throughout the session and bring through clear, accurate messages for their highest good. Thank you so much. Ooh, so there has been a lot of fear coming to the surface with this particular retrograde, Sagittarius. Whether it's your fears, their fears, in general, there has been some worry, some anxiety. And it says, I realize that I am testing my resolve to live in the energy of love. So it's like it's that choice, right? The age-old choice of love or fear. And so for many of you, this could be something where, things from the past that have hurt and maybe new love is coming in and you're going, I don't want to go through that again. There could be some things that, you're worried about coming to pass that, haven't, but you've just got that nagging kind of anxiety in the back of your head that it might. So yeah, that is at the crux of all of this, is that choice of love and fear. And it doesn't surprise me, Sag, because it has been a bit of a back and forth for all of us. So let's pull a card from the major arcana. I'm going to be doing one that will represent your energy and what you're bringing into the picture right now, and what your relationship partner will be bringing in as well. And, what they potentially bring in if you are a single Sagittarius. So Sagittarius, you are definitely in a love place. The Lovers came up, so you are very focused on relationships, partnerships, a good dynamic between the two of you. The Lovers is also the Gemini card, and that's where Venus has been placed. So to me, this is also very strongly about communication, decisions. For some of my Sagittarius, obviously not all of you, but for some of you out there, this could even mean choosing between two different people maybe that you've met, and you're like, well, I like different things about both of them, and having to make that choice. The energy coming in from your partner or potential partner is the Hanged Man. So the Hanged Man is ruled by Neptune, and this could really speak to somebody who's kind of in between decisions themselves in some way, or they're going through a difficult process right now. Some of this, again, this is not going to be for everyone, but in some circumstances, this can be somebody that, you know, could be trying to get out of a relationship that's not satisfactory, been, you know, trying to get a divorce completed. It's that kind of, you know, cycles beginning and ending. And with the Hanged Man, the old cycle hasn't completely ended. The new cycle hasn't completely begun a lot of the time. So that's where they kind of are right now. So let's move, Mr. Dragon. We're going to get into the tarot. I will be using the Arcanum Tarot to do the main spread, and I'll be clarifying with the Rider-Waite. So let's get some information, Sagittarius. Let's see what your feelings are about this relationship or the upcoming relationship that will be around the corner. All right, so Sagittarius, you are definitely in a place of, you know, logic, the mental body, the intellect. Here comes the King of Swords. This is all about trying to make choices from a more logical, intellectual, rational place. Even though that love is riding very high for you with that Lover's card, it's like you want to make clear, practical decisions when it comes to who you are involved with. The King of Swords is a very strong air energy, so this again, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, could be playing a role in this, especially if those are prominently placed in your personal chart or theirs. But overall, this is someone that can come off sometimes a little cold. You might come across as a little bit detached or cool because you're really trying not to kind of fall head over heels with or over anything right now. So let's get some clarification on him. Let's see what else comes up around that. Yes, because you're kind of realizing that you are in a stage of transition, that things are moving ahead. The stagnation is ending, though, for you, Sagittarius. Wheel of Fortune is a Jupiter card. This is your energy. You know, so it is things moving forward in your favor, moving things forward in a better, more positive direction. Signs that are included in here, Leo, Aquarius, Taurus, and Scorpio. So those signs may be important to you as well. But this is definitely something where it's like, I think you're being kind of cool and detached about this person or potential person because you don't really know yet what is going to play out as that wheel moves ahead, as Venus moves direct. And of course, keep in mind, we also have a Mercury retrograde that starts, I believe, tomorrow. Today is, I'm doing this on the 17th, and the retrograde starts on the 18th. So just as we're getting ready and almost about to have Venus go direct, we're having Mercury go retrograde. So it's like, oh, yeah. So give it some time. It's probably wise to let it play out. So let's see what this person's feelings or your potential person's feelings are about you and this relationship. All right, so they can be a little confusing. Interesting enough, you know, you got the Hanged Man coming in as their energy, and now we have got the Moon card coming up as their feelings about you or this relationship moving ahead. The Hanged Man is Neptune, which rules Pisces, and the Moon is the Pisces card, so you could be dealing with a Pisces or just someone that's kind of Pisces like. They could be a little confusing, a little vague, a little cloudy. Sometimes their communication just really frustrates you, Sagittarius, because it's like you want clear, decisive, you know, clean-cut communication, and they're just giving you like just, you know, confusing, vague, sort of like, well, maybe, you know, kind of wishy-washy in your mind. I'm sorry, I'm gonna bit of a sniffle in my nose, and my throat's been kind of itchy. I think we've got a lot of dust. I've been cleaning in the house, and I've got that. So if I cough or sneeze, don't be surprised. All right, so let's get some clarification if we can, on this moon card, because boy, that is between the Hangman and the moon. This person that you're dealing with, they are a little bit of smoke and mirrors, a little bit hard to figure out. They're going through some big cycles. But look at that Ace of Cups. So, you know, they're not looking at this in a bad way. They might be kind of confused about this relationship right now. Part of what might be confusing them, honestly, is that this could be a very strong spiritual connection. This could feel like a soulmate, a twin flame, something that's very spiritually connected and kind of feels divinely guided and almost meant to be. This could be what has them really thrown into a tizzy. This could be what has them in that hanged man state, because they do feel this. Look at that. You know, they are feeling this very strong draw to you, but it's like they're still like, you know, kind of in between cycles of life. I don't know which end is up. That's the feeling that I get from this. So let's pull some cards about, you know, what it is that ties you together, what it is that strongly, you know, connects you. What are the ties that bind? What are the connecting threads? What are the positives here for you? Okay, so for some of you guys, wow, this is amazing. The Death card is coming out here. So I feel that this is a very powerful connection. Both of you could have gone through some major transitions, major transformations. Some of you could have even lost, you know, a loved one, or you're in a, you know, process of going through some very, very big changes, you know, death and rebirth kind of stuff. The Death card is also the Scorpio card, guys. So, you know, even though it's the Death card, there's a lot of passion to that, right? Because there's that passion for renewal. The energy of rebirth, you know, is very, very strong. Phoenix from the ashes kind of stuff. So the fact that you two, you know, this is what's bringing you together, it's a very powerful thing. It's like both of you may be in a state of transformation in different areas of your life when you meet. If you haven't yet met, you know, if this is someone you've already got in your life, then yeah, you've both been going through some big, big life changes. And look at that. Yeah, coming in fast. So Knight of Swords, you know, this is rapid communication, cutting through a lot of the fog. Check out how Death and the guy, you know, they both got the sword. They both got that sword. It's cutting through, you know, old layers, old things that have died away. Knight of Swords can be a nervous energy sometimes, y'all. So it's like sometimes that communication, especially these days with all these crazy retrogrades, you know, it's like communication is what brings you together, but sometimes it can also be what drives a wedge, just because it's like, you know, that Knight of Swords isn't always the most tactful, I guess I would say. And sometimes he brings his anxieties and worries to the table as well. So let's see what the actual blockage is. Let's see what the challenges are. What needs to be overcome or worked through here for you, Sagittarius? Okay, there it is. I mean, that doesn't get much more clear because that Knight of Swords was already hinting at it. The Nine of Swords confirms that being there in that place of what the challenges are. Absolutely, it's worries, it's anxieties, it's the dark night of the soul. I definitely am getting the feeling that, you know, either you or them or both of you have been going through some major changes in life. This just really solidifies that. You know, could be that both of you have really gone through the sleepless nights, the sadness, the tears, the mental anguish, right? You know, because that is a card of mental anguish. It's a card of, like, you know, facing your fears, to be honest. I like the elements in this particular card in the Arcanum because she's got that lantern there in the dark, and I see the owl, you know, flying through the darkness to help her see through the dark night of the soul, right? I mean, and that's really what this is about. It's telling you that the light is at the end of the tunnel here, Sagittarius. But the feeling I get, you know, that's been this big blockage between you and either your partner or potential partner is that either both of you or one of you has really been going through these kind of feelings. Oh, but look at that. Look at that. See, to me, the Ten of Cups is such a positive card, especially compared to this Nine of Swords, that to me, it's like a big part of maybe why you're feeling this. Oh, some of you are in separation. Some of you may be at a long distance. And because, you know, they're feeling that Ace of Cups, you're feeling that Wheel of Fortune for each other, right? So you both recognize that there could be this really beautiful outcome. This beautiful connection is very possible. But if you're in separation or, you know, in some kind of long distance situation, it's like that may be what's causing, for some of you, a lot of that challenge and that blockage. It's like, I know that this is meant to be. I know that we should be together. I know it could be so beautiful. But it's like, but you've got something that, you know, that causes you to be apart. So let's keep going. Let's see what comes out. And again, you know, that's not going to, the long distance thing isn't going to be for all Sagittarians, but it definitely could be for some of you. Oh my goodness. But either way, the feeling I get is that, you know, there might be this frustration of either you're going through some difficult times, you're at a distance from each other, something like that. You know, and then it's like, but you feel that there's that beautiful, I mean, that Ten of Cups, it's like the ultimate. You got the Ace of Cups, the Ten of Cups. So let's see what the best approach is here, Sagittarius. Ooh, more Scorpio energy. Let me tell you guys, there's something coming back around with this one, especially if this is a reconciliation type situation or a separation situation. Wow. If it's not, if this is someone totally new for my singles, this is like somebody you've known before. You got that Death card to me, which is very deep, you know, so Scorpio energy. Judgment is like the higher vibration of the Death card. It's like taking it to the next level of regeneration, rebirth, resurrection. So for some of you, like I said, this is literally like that second chance, third chance, you know, sometimes for some of y'all, of giving, you know, a relationship another shot, because there's that angel, you know, reviving the lovers, reviving the spirits, right? So no matter what your situation is, the best approach is to, you know, approach it with new eyes, approach it with new energy, breathe new life into it, let it be, you know, the phoenix rising from the ashes, something coming to rebirth. You know, open your mind, be willing to forgive and put things aside. If it's something that's, you know, in the past, whether it's mistakes on your side, their side, both sides, which it usually is. It's never just one-sided. You know, sometimes it is though. So take it as it applies to your situation. But there's definitely some kind of resurrection here. And look at that with the Knight of Wands. So definitely action is coming in here with Venus moving direct. She is bringing back a resurrection and rebirth, and definitely taking action with that Knight of Wands moving in. So, you know, again, always watch out for that Knight of Wands. Sometimes that can be just the passionate person that comes in and out of your life real quickly. I don't get that feeling overall with this, but for some of you that could be a case. So just take that, again, as it resonates to your situation. And let's get a possible outcome. Let's see what comes out here. Eight of Cups. So some of you guys may be walking away, or could be walking away from something that hasn't worked in the past towards something that does. Because I do get the feeling that there's something very positive, and one or two or both of you, one or the other, may have to be making a choice. It may be like, well, I can't have everything, but I can have the person I want. I can have the love that I desire. So for some of you, there's some emotional choices. Some of you are setting some things aside. Like I said, forgiveness, allowing the bygones to be bygones and moving ahead. Sometimes though, but the Eight of Cups is literally leaving it, and just saying, I can do better, or this is just too frustrating. It really depends on your situation. But look at that Tower card, guys. The decks are being cleared for new growth here. Tower card is absolutely the hand of the divine moving in our life to take down old structures, old patterns that are negative, that no longer serve us or work for our best. Yeah, there's some decision making here. Message from Spirit is Two of Swords. So there are some decisions here that are going to need to be made. Absolutely. Sagittarius, that is Libra energy very strongly there with that Two of Swords. So it's really making a good decision. You may not be wanting to make that decision. You may not be wanting to deal with it. But it is going to come up for being faced. But look at this. Oh, just keep this in mind. Ten of Pentacles. So if this is somebody from the past or somebody you already know, this could be a very, very powerful connection. Let's see what's on the bottom of these decks. Rider Waite, look at that. Nine of Swords again. That dark night has to be face down. Don't be afraid to face your fears, Sagittarius. Look at the bottom of the Arcana, Six of Wands. Very beautiful, victorious energy there. So let's get some romance angels on this. Let's ask your personal guardians, whatever spirits of love and connecting, angels of romance, are coming up to give you a few messages. Let's get three, please, for Sagittarius. Yes. I know, but for some of you, this really does have to do with that higher commitment. There is that wedding card, so it could involve, an upcoming marriage of your own. It could, like I said earlier, be about, one or both of you getting out of an old marriage because it's like you're ready to move into the new one. That's a very strong message as well. Pay attention to the red flags. The signs are cautioning you. And to me, the red flags doesn't necessarily mean deal breaker. It's like sometimes those red flags come up because we need to work on it. We need to make sure that that is, taken care of before we go to the next level with somebody. But then, of course, sometimes the red flags do mean, it's like, if that's just a very clear no, it's like, just steer away from that one, Sagittarius. But the feeling that I get moreover, because of that strong Knight of Swords, this is more about, it's like facing down those things that scare you, whether it's things within yourself or within the relationship dynamic. But passion does come here. So allow your heart and soul to sing with joy. Really express your feelings, express your love. If you have that on your mind, let that be known. So let's get into the Twin Flame Oracle. I'm just going to pull a couple of these. This is a very beautiful deck that I got from a gal on YouTube. She has a channel. It's called Live Tarot, L-I-V Tarot. And she makes these really nice, twin flame, soulmate kind of oracle cards. So this will mostly resonate with you, Sagittarius, if you are dealing more with a soulmate or twin flame kind of situation, or if you just have a spiritual bond. So let's get three on this one, please, Spirit, for Sagittarius. Yes. Absolutely. So this is important, the release card. No matter what the situation is, loosen your hold, relax, unwind, and release these fears, anxieties, and doubts, all that stuff coming up in that Nine of Swords energy. It's time to release that, Sagittarius. If you can, and if whatever you can work through it. If you just can't, it's time to let go. The balance card is coming in here as well. So it is time to balance yourself. You know, yin and yang, dark and light. Stay centered in your higher self and purpose. And then the memories card. So like I said, to me, it's like this is, for some of you, definitely something from the past needing to be worked through or healed. Nostalgia, repetition, attachment, reliving the past, letting it go if you need to. All right, so Sagittarius, this was a very, very interesting reading. Very awesome messages coming through here for you. I hope that this Venus direct treats you very, very well, and I will be seeing you soon. Take care.